What's up to the world out there, man? Y'all back on another live, man. This is a new show and this is a new situation that I'm going through in my life. I never actually spoke about this to the world, so like and subscribe and all that stuff because I'm pouring out my young heart out here to the world today. You know, my beautiful fans and subscribers, I'm just super grateful that there's some people out there that I can connect with because scenarios like these is not something that you normally go through. It's not something that you are even familiar with. A lot of times, me myself, being a person who've had family members who dealt with mental issues, it was something that I saw outwardly. So I didn't see it. It wasn't me personally. And anybody that's us, that's humans, you might think you're going through something in your own mind, like, hey man, I'm stressed out, or my job is too much, or this relationship is too heavy. And so you might be feeling like you're going through stuff in your own life. But when you see a person dealing with mental issues, that's when you really can capture what you've been going through might be something that you could probably go through and get through. But whereas a person with a mental issue, they're stuck. They like literally like at a position they can't move. They can't be pushed past the situation that they in. And so or that moment or that thing that griped them. Like my last episode, you saw me having to have to deal with the police and deal with my son. I didn't film him actually going crazy. So I actually got him off of there before he went too crazy because I didn't, it would be a little embarrassing to put him completely out there like that. So I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually, I was going to try to see if I could put okay, not yet. I can't do that yet. All right. So anyway, yeah. So I was really dealing with a lot of my kid having a mental issue and being addicted to a drug that I'm not familiar with. I'm not. It wasn't out at my time frame, so I just never really heard of it until he brought it into my family. And it's one called Adderall. But I'm sure maybe you people have heard of it because you're in the world. Something probably came across you. And I've noticed since I've heard the word coming from my kid, I've heard it on TV a lot more or the internet. Like a movie I watched last night, they was talking about this Adderall stuff, and the guy was like, "Oh, it's a movie called Thanksgiving." Matter of fact, he said, "Yo, I'm doing this because this is how we get in Ivy League schools," and that's exactly what my kid was seeking, in which he did get into a dope school. But the problem is that it just kind of hurt me that he was going through what he was doing. You know, it was sad. You know what I'm saying? That for him to be so young and to be dealing with mental issues, and so but my older brother, who was he passed on today, he's not here no more. He dealt with mental issues when we was growing up, and it was sad to see him go through it too. And rest in peace to him. But you just hurt it hurt you for your family. It's like, damn, what you do? Like, how can I help you? And so me being a person as an artist, I've been so locked into my career, and I'm sure you have too, that you don't really pay attention to I guess psychosis. If if you're going through something, you got to get through it. Whatever you're dealing with, you got to push past it so you can get to the next thing that you're trying to accomplish. That be more over what I actually be thinking when I'm going through something like shit. I can't let this take me down. I got to get up tomorrow and go do this. Oh shit, I'm focused on this other thing. And I guess art kind of keeps me locked down. So as a filmmaker, I'm always making something new. I'm always trying to figure out something to create. Like that's what film has done for me. It's kept me always working on a new project, a new dynamic. I gotta go get my little stool. Give me a second. Yeah, so as a film director, it's like, damn, what do I, my kid breaking it down, and he has such a issue with these issues with drugs, and I never heard of this stuff, so I want to be a good parent, but I don't know how to stop the bull crap. He's gotten so violent with me, he's made it seem like I'm his enemy. So his whole plight is just this big ass fight with me. And, I'm a man, so I could fight, but I actually just had surgery about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And they actually sliced my ass open like twice. So it's hard for me to have an actual physical fight with another man, and especially somebody as young as my kid. He's actually just 21 years old, so he actually is strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? I would keep it all the way live. He's fucking strong as shit, and he lift weights all day. And he got the what they call that workout stuff when you go to the gym. He got the gym membership and all that stuff, and I'm supportive of him. But the mental psychosis, it goes too bad, and now I understand that this drug is something that people can be addicted to. People have been sending me like emails about Adderall, and I've actually seen it in movies. I'm getting more familiar with it because it's something I just didn't know existed. From what I gather so far, they call it an amphetamine, and you can get it diagnosed. Oh, I'm sorry, what they get it prescribed from a doctor, and that's what make my kid one of those unique little people because he was figuring out how to get a prescription for it, and I'm like, damn, what? And apparently, there's some people on the internet that you can get it from, and that's how he was able to get his hands on it. But it really shocked me because I'm not even from that time frame. Pills to me was like yuck, yucky. You know what I'm saying? But to keep it all the way live, I mean, it was a big ass blow up in our house yesterday with my son, and you know the fact that we had a big old fight, it made my body hurt so bad. Like I had my upper body is in such pain. And it's like, God damn, you know what I mean? Like the back, I'm saying my back is just of such pain. It's like, damn, we just not even punching, but just like pushing. And I'm like, God damn, somebody with a mental issue, how do I get past this? And they just start going, and then when they start yelling, they just don't stop. So, and I've seen again, my brother and my little sister had mental issues as I was growing up. But at most times it came out when I was grown, so I wasn't living at home. You would hear your mother calling and saying, hey, something wrong. And you rush to the house and you hear your brother or sister screaming and going crazy and have to go to the doctor. And it's like, what the fuck is happening? I'm chasing filmmaking, I'm an artist, I'm doing my stuff, and you get a call in, and it's just, you know, you see it, people deteriorate. And so it's kind of sad, and it's like, damn. And I'm sure you have people in your family and friends who's dealt with mental issues, and it's just been kind of hard. It's extreme. And you just don't know what to do, because it's like you love your family member, but you don't know what to do. Eventually the police would come and send an ambulance and stuff like that. My mother became very good. I spoke to her this morning, and she gave me a lot of insight on how to deal with it. If I have to call the police again, how to tell them that it's a person with a mental issue and to bring an ambulance instead of a paddy wagon. It was a paddy wagon over here a few days ago. And I didn't want him to get in there because it's hard to sit down in there, and it's really tough to be in a paddy wagon. So I just told the police, never mind. And then the scenario kicked off again last night. So when you're dealing with people with mental issues, I just hope everybody could just be understanding to their plight. But it's rough. It's rough because the family members sometimes don't have a limit. They can go all night. They can don't even sleep. I mean, be up. And it's like, damn. So you trying to go through your stuff and get through your issues, and they just can't. And it sometimes get me angry. It do. I'm a person. You know what I'm saying? I try to be understanding and cool, but then sometimes the verbal barrage and all of the negative, it takes a toll. It takes a little uncomfortable toll. And I would have to speak up for myself, or tell them to calm down, or get out, or anything as a parent, and they don't hear it. They don't hear it. And so it throws a wedge between me and my lady too, because she don't think that I'm supposed to be engaging, that I'm supposed to stop. But I say he's going to be a man in this world. He's 21 now. So he ain't going to be able to go in places and just screaming loud and go crazy, because people are just going to be afraid. They're not going to understand. They're not going to look back and say, oh, that person, look at him, he going through something. They're going to be like, hey, get the police. He going down. That person scared my kid, or that person scared my mother. So people with mental issues, they go through a lot, because a lot of times they ain't either diagnosed or they don't want to go and get the help. And so it's like that kind of dance and that kind of party. So it's really tough. It's been tough for me, I'll tell you that much, because I didn't never know my kid was like that. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? I thought when he was at school, he was kicking it and all of that stuff, and he was just up there, you know, oh no, I don't want to see y'all. Don't come up here. Leave me alone. You know, had his own little apartment. I just thought this is what youngsters do. You know what I'm saying? But then when he come home, and then you get to see this, and it's like, whoa, that's what the fuck you doing at school? You can't be around them people, man. You only gonna make people afraid. So now he angry because he can't go back to school. And I didn't know till a day or two ago that you can get the stuff from the internet. I thought you buy it from the streets. I didn't know. So it's a learning lesson for me as a person who's not really familiar with that world and that type of amphetamine. I hear it on TV, but I'm sure people I know do it, but I'm not there. We don't do it together, so it's not my business. I'm not in a face or in a bathroom looking at what they got in their room. So to have it come to me and learn about it from this perspective, is something that I think that other people should know about, because it might be something that you could teach me or I could help you, because it's new to me. And just like anything, especially from an artist perspective, a filmmaker perspective, it's something that I have to delve into it because I need to help my child. He's a grown man now at 21 years old, but he has to still go out in the world. He hasn't had enough experience to go out in the world and go through stress, go through problems, tough times, a fired job, a girlfriend leaving you, a tire broke on the side of the road, the police pulling you over, you get kicked out of a building, somebody rob you. It's life. It's all kind of up and downs. And they never stop. It's gonna constantly be. It's not just for me. It's for everybody. It's things gonna occur, and the life is, how do you deal with that? How do you cope with these things? How do you get over them? I think it's a word called grievance. How do you grieve through these things? So it's just that. I'm not perfect. I'm not no psychologist or nothing like that. But it's just, you try to grow, and you try to be mature, and you can understand if somebody's young and they haven't had these experiences. But the problem with somebody with a mental issue is that they're violent. So it's not just I'm going through something. It's like, yo, if you ask me a question, if you say something to me, I'm attacking you physically. And so that's where the problem, it becomes, whoa, maybe once or twice you could do that. He threw some stuff at his mother a few days ago, and that was real crazy. I had to jump in between that. She is blown still. He headbutted her the day before that. You know what I'm saying? I think I was asleep or not there. And so it's just things that you can't see are gonna happen. And so it's trying to get them help, trying to get your family or people help. That's the next phase. That's the next step. So I just had to kind of bloviate about it all, because it's literally new to me. It's like within the last 4 or 5 days, I saw it, I heard about it, but now it's coming to this clash. It's not even the summertime. It's literally frozen in Chicago right now. So what's gonna happen in the summer? You know what I'm saying? So it's really a plight that we're trying to figure out. And I want to thank y'all for watching, listening, and kicking it. I need this conversation, because who else do I talk to as the man? Actually, the events that occurred last night, my wife woke up and told me, I'm mad at you. I don't want to talk to you. So I literally don't even have nobody to discuss this with, even though I had the same experience. But they look at it from another perspective. I'm the guy, I'm the man, I'm the dad. I got to take the brunt of this. And it's crazy. And I'm not a victim, because I was a mean kid to my father growing up. I cussed my father out. I argued with my father. I got in my father's face. So as I told my parents as I was talking about this, I said, what you put out, you get back. So I can't say, oh, look at me, I'm just this soft daddy that this is, oh my God. No, I actually was ignorant to my father. I yelled at my father. I said negative stuff. I cussed my father out. And now I'm a 50-year-old man. And guess what's happening? The same thing I put out, I'm getting back. So this is not even me joking. This is literal and factual. I put this out in my 20s. I thought I was good in point. I had a very good reason. I stood on it. I knew I had to get this off my chest. And now it's happening back to me every single day. And I got to accept it. So God bless you. God gonna bless me. And we're gonna stick together on this journey. This is a documentary that we're gonna keep rocking with. I got to get off of here now. It's making me want to cry. I got to go, y'all.